welcome to your yoga practice. Today we are going to do a nice, slow, cozy, restorative flow. And we are going to actually, now that I think of it, after I told you to get down on the ground and lay on your back, it might be a good thing if you have a couple of pillows that you can use as well as your blocks today, or if you have a bolster that you can lay on. I don't have a bolster myself, but I do have a couple of blankets that I can fold up and just stack on top of each other. So I am actually recording right now, but now that I realized I forgot half of my things I wanted to have with me, we'll cut this part out of the editing process. Okay, let us start today. Actually, let me start the recording over. Get your...
Is a bolster like the foam roller?
No, I'm using like a couple of pillows stacked up like this. I could use this big meditation pillow right there that Matt gave me, but it's covered with princess hair and I don't feel like getting hair all over me and or cleaning it right now.
Okay.
You could use a couple pillows from your bed. What we want to do is we want to lay back on this guy. So I would probably, you could get away with just one folded blanket. I've got two stacked up right here. And we're just going to start here. So let me start the recording part over again while you get situated. Welcome to your yoga practice. Thank you so much for joining us at Cozy Flow with Christine through Yoga for Love online yoga teaching school. Today we are going to practice a slow restorative class, and we're going to be focusing on the root chakra. So go ahead and find yourself a bolster or a couple of stacked up blankets, which is what I have here today. You could also use some towels or a couple big pillows from the bed or even some couch cushions. What we're going to want to do is just go ahead and put your prop, your support, at the top of your mat here like I have it, and kind of back up to it so that the small of your back is lined up with the bottom of the support that you've chosen. And now I need to get up and get a Kleenex, so hopefully Chris can edit that part out. All right. So we're going to want to sit with our low backs kind of, well, butted up against our support behind us. And go ahead and take your palms out to either side and gently bending the elbows, lower yourself down so that your upper body is positioned over the bolster or pillows or blankets or whatever your prop might be. Go ahead and press your feet onto the mat so you can lift your hips a little bit and then gently place them back down so you have a little bit of a back bend going in the low back. Make sure that your head is supported on the support that you've chosen this evening. If the prop is not long enough, you can take another pillow or a rolled up towel behind you. I actually happen to have a little bun in the back of my hair today, so I'm just going to kind of use my bun as a little bit of a support. And then take your blocks, one in each hand. Bring the soles of your feet together. And gently let the knees come out to the sides of your mat, coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. With your blocks next to you in either the low or the medium position, go ahead and prop them one under each knee. Now, I have a lot of flexibility in my hips, so I could do this without a block, or I could do it on the low setting. But because this is a restorative pose, we don't want any effort at all. So I have my blocks up on the medium setting so that I can really relax into this pose. Go ahead and kind of press your elbows onto the mat and lift your upper body a little bit, just enough so that you can snuggle your shoulder blades in toward one another and down towards the tailbone. Open your arms up, palms facing the sky. Tuck your chin and just notice the breath. Notice the air as it comes in through your nostrils. Notice the flow of the air as it goes out of your nostrils. Every time you inhale, think about expanding and filling the whole body up with restorative oxygen. And every time you exhale, notice where you might be holding any tension and bring a little softness to those places. You can have your eyes closed here, or if it feels more grounding for you to keep your eyes softly open, go ahead and do that. And the thing about yoga is that you can change the focus of pretty much any practice just by changing the intention that you bring to it. So our intention today is to be grounded and to nurture and release the root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. So bring your awareness down to the root chakra, which is located at the very base of your spine, kind of right about where the tailbone is. Your perineum, the bottom of the pelvic bowl. This is the beginning of your spinal column, your nerve center. The color for the root chakra is red. That's why I'm wearing a red shirt today, to bring on the red. So as we lie here in this restorative reclined Baddha Konasana, bring your awareness down to the root chakra. And maybe imagine that there is a soft red glow, a soft red, warm, nurturing light. And every time you inhale, that light expands and broadens. And every time you exhale, the light contracts, coming down to a pinpoint so that you can really focus on the root chakra. So we're expanding the light, we're expanding the body, we're bringing the awareness here. And as we exhale, we're softening, we're coming inward. The root chakra element is the earth. And so you can imagine that beneath the mat, beneath your floor, beneath your foundation, you have the support of the earth. The earth literally has your back. The root chakra is said to be formed and completed through your early first year of life. And so sometimes if you do not have the the support and the nurturing you need from the time you're born until you're about 1 or 2 years old, you can have some issues with the root chakra. You might feel not very confident. You might not feel safe or secure. You might have issues with trusting people. A whole host of other things can come into play here. But through the power of your body, the power of your mind, the power of your spirit, you have the power to bring restoration to your root chakra. And so along with inhaling this beautiful, nurturing, warm red light, you can say to yourself in your mind, strength, security, stability, support, safety, structure. All of those things that help us to feel grounded and at home in our bodies and connected to the earth. So let's just continue to breathe here. Breathing into the red light. Breathing into words of affirmation that serve you best and resonate with you. Soften through the fingers. Let the belly be soft. Let the shoulders and the head be heavy. Relax the jaw. Relax the muscles of the face. Let the eyes be heavy in the sockets. Just kind of sink back toward the back of your skull. We're just going to stay here for a couple more minutes, breathing into this pose. A pose that might feel a little vulnerable, but know that the earth is your support, your foundation, and that it has your back. If your mind begins to wander, just bring your attention back down to the root chakra, to the expansion of the body, the expansion of the healing red light, and your words of affirmation. Here we can say, I am supported. I am safe. I am strong. The earth has my back. One more minute here. And then let the breath go ahead and deepen a little bit. Use your hands to remove the blocks and draw the knees up towards one another. And then roll to whatever side serves you best. Coming off your support. Take a breath here before you push up into a tall seat. You can go ahead and move the blocks and blanket out of the way, but keep them nearby because we will probably come back to that. Let's come to a nice Sukhasana easy pose here. Either cross-legged or with one heel in towards the groin and the next heel in front of that. And let's go ahead and inhale, lifting the heart, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. And exhale to soften. And then let's bring the fingertips to the tops of the shoulders, kind of cupping them here. And let's go ahead and inhale, opening up through the heart, kind of a seated cow stretch. And exhale, rounding back into cat, drawing the elbows toward one another. Starting very gently at first, very soft and very subtle. We're just wanting to lubricate the spine. Notice how your sit bones are grounded down onto the mat or onto the earth. As you inhale to open the heart, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, and exhale, drawing the elbows in toward one another and rounding back. The next time you inhale, come up to a tall seat, keeping your fingers where they are. And we're going to inhale here, and as you exhale, twist gently to the left. Inhale back to center and twist gently to the right. Inhale, center, twist to the left. Inhale, center, twist to the right. And you can keep this movement going nice and slow here. Or if it feels good to you, you can speed it up. You could even come as much as moving quickly with the breath. Maybe see how it feels to just move like this. Maybe breathing out the nose or out the mouth. Just noticing what feels good in your body, taking it to whatever speed feels good to you. And then we'll come back to center and we'll roll the elbows forward, up and back. Forward, up and back. Let's do that 3 more times, opening through the heart, grounding down through the sit bones. And then go ahead and release the palms to knees or thighs and come back to your nice tall seat. Let's switch the cross of the legs. We're wanting to find balance here. Notice how the sit bones are fully grounded onto the earth. Inhale, lifting up through the crown. Exhale to relax the shoulders. Let's go ahead and inhale the arms up alongside the ears and bring the palms together and down to the heart. Inhale the arms out wide and bring the hands behind you, clasping the hands and drawing the knuckles down towards the earth. Maybe even finding your mat behind you, lifting up through the heart, squeezing out any tension in between the shoulder blades. Inhale to release. And exhale to clasp the hands again, switching up whatever finger is on top. So it's kind of the awkward side. Breathing here a couple of breaths, squeezing out any kind of tension here. And the next time you inhale, go ahead and release the hands to the thighs. There's also a mudra that you can practice here. Mudra is a hand position. Energetically, they're said to change the vibrations and the energy in the body. Or if you want to look at it more physically, you can think about just bringing the focus to the hands. But the earth mudra is bringing the tip of the ring finger and the thumb together, letting the other three fingers out long. You can have that mudra on your knees if that feels good to you, or you can just go ahead and keep the palms down. But either way, we can inhale here, and as you exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale the head back to the top. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale, head to the center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, chin to chest. This time, let's roll the right ear towards the right shoulder from the chest, and then back to center. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder, back to center. And then keep finding this gentle movement in the neck. Whatever speaks to you, whatever feels good in your body, stopping and breathing wherever you like along the way. Just showing yourself a little bit of attention, a little bit of nurturing, and just acknowledging what's going on in the body. And maybe as you do these movements, you can take your awareness back down to that root chakra at the base of the spine, visualizing red. The next time you inhale, after you've evened things out, let's bring the head back to the top of the spine. And let's go ahead and flip over into tabletop. We'll bring the palms underneath the shoulders, the feet parallel, the knees parallel and underneath the hips. Let's inhale, cow here, dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone, lifting the heart, and exhale to round back into child's pose. Inhale, cow pose, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze and the tail. Exhale, cat, and then round back into child's pose. Inhale, back to cow pose. Exhale, rounding back into cat, and then balasana, child's pose. One more time here. Inhaling strength. Exhaling security. And then let's go ahead and come back to tabletop. Let's send that right leg all the way back and then step the right foot through to the front of the mat between your palms. You might have to be up on your fingertips here. Inhaling into your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Drawing that heart forward, tucking the chin. And really breathe into that left hip flexor, releasing tension, opening up from maybe sitting during the day. Welcome, Princess, to our practice. One more inhale here. And then as we exhale, let's send the hips back and begin straightening through the right leg, keeping the sole of the foot flat to the earth. Inhale to come forward, stacking the knee over the ankle. And exhale to send the hips back. Half splits here. Continue moving with the breath, getting a little movement in the hips, opening up here, keeping the arms stretched out long. You could use your blocks here if you like, or you can just keep your fingertips down to the mat. And the next time we inhale forward, let's go ahead and stay here. And maybe take the right palm and then the left to the top of the knee. Inhale here to kind of press into that thigh so that you can draw yourself up into your nice long spine. And maybe look back over that right shoulder if that feels good to you. Inhale back to center. Exhale to soften through the shoulders. Let's inhale the arms out to the sides, up alongside the ears. And exhale to draw the elbows down towards the waist into cactus pose. Inhale the arms alongside the ears. And exhale to bring them down and back alongside the right foot. You can stay here if it feels good to you. You can plant that left palm and sweep the right arm out to the side as far as is comfortable in your shoulders. Reaching up towards the sky and getting a nice big twist here. As you reach up toward the sky, focus on being uplifted, but yet also grounded through that left palm, through the right foot, through the top of the left foot, this nice little tripod of balance that you've built. One more inhale here, wiggle those fingers, and then let the right arm float back down towards the earth. Let's step the right knee back. Inhale the left leg out long, and exhale to step it all the way through into your low lunge. Adjust the back knee to open that right hip as much as feels good for you. Bring your fingertips to blocks or to the earth. Breathe here. Inhaling length in the spine. Drawing your awareness down to that tailbone and kind of tucking it gently so that you can really open up through that right hip flexor. Inhale here, and as you exhale, send the hips back, coming into half splits, keeping the sole of the foot grounded to the support of the earth. Inhale, stacking the knee over the ankle. Exhale, back into your half splits. Inhale, stacking knee over ankle. Exhale, sending the hips back. You might hear some music out my window as we're doing this. It's well, we thought it was an ice cream truck, but it's actually kind of a creepy looking band. So I don't think I would let my children eat ice cream out of that thing. That's pretty funky. Next time we come back to the top of the mat, that's the last time. Let's go ahead and bring the left palm and then the right to the top of the left thigh. And really press into that thigh to find length through the spine, tucking the chin, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Maybe let the gaze come out over the left shoulder. If you're looking over the left shoulder, go ahead and inhale back to center. Stay for the exhale. And then let's inhale the arms up alongside the ears. Exhale, cactus arms opening up through the heart. Inhale, arms alongside the ears. Exhale to bring them down back beside that left foot. Plant the right palm or stay here. But if you plant that right palm, let's sweep the left arm out to the side and up as much as is comfortable for your back and for your shoulders. Honoring that range of movement that is special to you. Focus on this grounding experience of this foundation you've built here as you reach up to the sky. One more inhale here as you wiggle the fingers and let the fingertips come back down to the earth. Go ahead and tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, and step forward to the top of the mat, bringing the right foot next to the left foot. Coming into forward fold, Uttanasana, ragdoll. Really bend those knees generously to release the low back. Release the weight of the head to allow it to traction through the back and all the vertebrae, making space here. Maybe you want to clasp your elbows in your palms. Breathe into that back and really notice the foundation of your feet underneath you. Tuck the chin. Let your gaze be kind of between your knees or calves here so that the neck can be nice and long. And just really balance here. Maybe straightening through the legs a little bit if you want more of a stretch in the hamstrings. Maybe bending the knees even more generously, bringing the belly to the tops of the thighs. Go ahead and switch the clasp of your elbows, coming into that awkward position. Training our bodies to be okay in awkward moments. Especially these days, it seems like there's a lot of opportunities for awkward conversations. And if you can stay with that, maybe you can have meaningful conversations. Or maybe there's a new habit you want to make or an old habit you want to break and it feels a little awkward. Right now you're telling your body it's okay to feel a little awkward. And then let's bring the fingertips down to the mat. Lift up halfway, coming into Ardha Uttanasana, half back. Lengthening through the legs without locking the knees, drawing the crown away from the tailbone, tucking the chin. And then let's heel toe the feet out as wide or maybe even a little bit wider than your mat. Bend through the knees and come down into a nice low squat, Malasana. Go ahead and see if you can come fully to the feet. The legs might have to be wider than you would think to be able to press the heels down to the earth. If that's not something that's comfortable for you, you could stay up on the toe tips and maybe even rock a little bit from side to side, finding some dynamic movement here. But if you do find that you can bring the soles of the feet all the way down to the earth, press those triceps into the inner knees and press the inner thighs back to the triceps, bringing the palms together at the heart. Tuck the chin, finding length through the spine here, letting the hips be heavy. One more inhale here. One more exhale. And then release the arms and send them out long in front of you. Imagine that if I was there with you and I had your permission to touch you, that I was right across from you, reaching out to hold your hands. And that I'm supporting your weight and you're supporting mine. And then gently, with that in mind, lower the sit bones down to the earth with as much control as can be had here. And come onto your seat. Let's go ahead and inhale the heart. Exhale to relax the shoulders. And then let's come into a nice wide-legged position here. Bring the legs as wide as is comfortable for you. And now taking your blocks and your bolster or pillows or whatever you have with you, we're going to stack the blocks right in front of us. And we're going to bring the elbows to the tops of the blocks. Bring the palms together and rest the third eye to the thumbs. Now, variations here. You could also take your bolster or pillow to the tops of the blocks and rest the elbows here. Or you could cross the arms and rest the forehead to your folded forearms. You could send the blocks out a little bit farther away, but try to really keep that awareness in the tailbone area, keeping the sit bones firmly to the earth, finding a place where you can feel supported and long through the spine. Really kind of roll the pelvic bowl forward so that you can open up through the thighs, pointing the toes up towards the sky and flexing the feet. And then just let the feet relax and be soft. And this is another restorative pose that we're going to stay in for a few moments. So find a place where you can be really comfortable here for that period of time. If you're using a pillow, it might be a little floppy to have up on the blocks, so try to just make it work for you. And once you find a place where you can feel restful and where you can release the tension in the body and surrender the body to the gravity of the earth, let's stay there and breathe. So our first restorative pose was a back bend and a heart opener. So the second one is a forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. So again, we're coming back to that idea of balancing out. And you can come back here to your words of affirmation, inhaling with the words I am, and exhaling with the word that resonates best with you. I am strong. I am safe. I am secure. Or my personal favorite, I am supported. I am supported by the earth. If nothing else, I am supported by the earth. But more than that, maybe we have the support of our friends or our family, maybe our fur babies. I am supported. Or whatever word speaks for you. Just repeat these quietly in your head, inhaling I am, and exhaling the word that brings the most meaning to you. And we'll just stay here in quiet for a couple more minutes, breathing, bringing the focus down to the base of the spine, that inner eye, as you breathe, I am. Notice where you can relax. Notice where you can soften. And then begin to deepen the breath. Begin to send yourself up to a higher seat. Remove your props out to the sides, keeping them handy for when you would like to be able to use them. And this time, let's really press through the heels, keeping the legs wide. And begin to walk the fingertips forward, keeping long through the spine, keeping the heart lifted, the chin tucked, the shoulder blades down towards the tailbone. Coming as far forward, as close to the earth as feels good to your body. Maybe inhaling, lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, release a little closer to the earth. Maybe come down to the forearms here. Maybe it feels good to come even closer to the earth. Maybe you can bring the forehead all the way down to the mat. Go ahead and do that if that feels good for you. Let's stay here for just a couple of breaths. And the next time you inhale, go ahead and begin to walk yourself up back to a tall spine. Let's tuck the sole of the left foot in, bending the left knee and bringing the sole in to contact with the inside of the right thigh. Go ahead and turn your heart so that it is parallel with or perpendicular to the left bent knee, so that the heart is in line with your left knee. Inhale here and bring the right palm to the top of the right shin. And incrementally, as feels good to you, go ahead and start bending over towards the right, bringing the left hand to the left hip, opening up through the left shoulder and lifting the heart towards the sky. Maybe the forearm comes all the way down to the shin, maybe not. You can continue this journey downward and deeper if it feels good to you by using a yogic toe grab, using your index and middle finger to wrap around your big toe and pressing the elbow to the inside of the right knee, really opening up through that left hip. If you want to take it even deeper, you can add a left side body stretch by extending the left arm up alongside the left ear. Still rotating that heart forward and up. Maybe even reaching the left fingertips towards the right toe. If you have the flexibility to clasp that right toe and the left fingertips, go ahead and do that if it feels good to you. If not, don't worry about it. Couple more breaths here, staying open through the front body, noticing the support underneath your sit bones and your legs. Then inhale the left fingertips back to the sky if you were extended there. And exhale to release the right leg. Go ahead and plant the left palm just beside that left hip. Bring the sole of the right foot down to the earth and inhale to push up into the right hip, drawing that right arm over the right ear, opening up through the right hip, lifting the right hip towards the sky. Breathing into this beautiful side body stretch. And the next time you inhale, reach the right fingertips up to the sky and bring your seat back to the earth. Let's bring the soles of the feet together here in butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Inhale, a nice gentle cow. Exhale back into cat. Inhale to bring the spine long. And then let's send the left leg out long and bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Bending the right knee, flexing the left foot, pointing the left toes up to the sky. Let's rotate the torso perpendicular with your right thigh so that the heart is in line with the right knee. You can stay here and still get plenty of benefits of the pose, noticing the support underneath you, or you can begin that journey ever deeper until it finds a place that's nourishing to you by bringing the left palm to the left shin, the right hand to the right hip, and incrementally taking your arm lower and lower, lifting the heart to the sky, finding the place in this pose, the krama, the step that feels best in your body. Maybe reaching for that yogi toe grab. Maybe extending the right arm up and over. Maybe clasping the left toes in the right fingertips. Keeping that torso rotated forward and up. And then let's inhale the right fingertips up to the sky. Exhale to plant the palms. And then inhale, pressing the left hip up, grounding the sole of the left foot down to the earth, reaching the left arm over the left ear. Making this beautiful long rainbow shape. Opening up through the left side body. Breathing here. And then the next time you inhale, bring the seat back down to the earth, lift the left arm to the sky, and let's bring the soles of the feet together. And instead of doing a cat-cow here, we're kind of gonna be like riding a camel. So think about if you've ever ridden a horse before, or if you've ever seen somebody ride a horse or camel, and just kind of cat-cow gently, just back and forth, as if you're riding one of those big animals. Breathing here. Noticing the contact of the earth underneath your sit bones. Taking your awareness down to that tailbone, to that Muladhara chakra. Holding on to your ankles or your toes. Couple more here. And then let's inhale back to a tall, strong spine. And go ahead and turn on your mat if you're not already, with the feet towards the bottom of the mat. Knees bent, lifted towards the sky. Let's bring the palms of the hands behind the thighs here. And slowly, 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 we're going to lower one vertebrae at a time down to the earth. As you inhale, think length, and as you exhale, squeeze those low ribs in so that you can tap into the core so that you can really slow your roll. Visualize that tailbone, and then the next vertebrae, and then the next, coming down to the earth, knowing that it's going to be there for you when you get there. And then as you get all the way down to the mat, let's hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. Maybe the knees are away from the chest a little bit. Maybe they're nice and close. Just notice what you feel as you change the position of the legs on the low back, on the middle back, and the upper back maybe. Hold on to that left knee and send the right leg out long. Really draw the left knee in towards you as you press the right heel away. One more inhale here, and as you exhale, draw that left knee across the center of the body and over towards the right, using the right hand to guide you. Maybe send the left arm out long, perpendicular with the body, and gaze out over the left palm. Again, play a little bit here with the positioning of that left leg, whether it's drawn in very close to the collarbones or maybe farther away, finding more length. Maybe use your right fingertips here to give yourself a gentle massage in the outside of the right or left thigh. Or maybe massage that left hip a little bit. Or maybe you want to make some space in between those left ribs and run your fingers in between the ribs, massaging those intercostals, that connective tissue. Find what feels good to you here. Maybe it's stillness. Breathing here, softening the jaw, softening the muscles of the face. The next time you exhale, hug those low ribs in to tap into the core so that when you inhale, you've got the strength of your core to help draw you back to center. Hug the knees in. Bring the nose to the knees if that feels good. Realigning the spine and the hips and the neck. And then hug that right knee in as you send the left leg out long. Breathing into that space. Pressing away through that flexed left foot as you draw the right knee in closer. Inhale here, and as you exhale, use the left hand to guide the right knee across the center of the body and over to the left, sending that right arm out long. Lifting the right palm to the sky and maybe gazing out over it. Again, use your inner healer to decide where the placement of the knee is best for you. If you want to take some time to massage out any kinks in the thigh or the hip or the ribs. Or just maybe you don't have any kinks and you just want to show yourself a little love. That's okay too. In fact, that's better than okay. That's awesome. One more full breath here. The next time you exhale, tap into that core so that you can inhale back to center. Hug the knees in towards the collarbones and the nose into the knees. And then inhale everything out long, getting a nice big good morning stretch. Breathing here and maybe stretching long through the right side and then stretching long through the left side and preparing for your final Shavasana. Now we've got all these wonderful props here. So take a moment to find a place that you think would be restorative and feel good for you. I like to have the blanket up under my knees so that the small of my back can be really flat to the earth. Let the knees be soft. Let the feet just open wide to the mat. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Maybe letting it go with an audible sigh. 2 more times, those nice big cleansing breaths. And again, snuggling those shoulder blades in and tucking the chin. Inhale. And exhale to let it go. Just release any effort here. Except we'll bring the focus of the breath. And we will pretend like we're inhaling through the bottoms of the feet, up the legs, and into the tailbone, into the root chakra. And as you exhale, let the exhale travel up the spine and out the crown of the head. Inhale through the crown of the head and down the spine to the tailbone, to your Muladhara chakra. And exhale down the legs and out the bottoms of the feet. As we do this, we're moving that energy. Maybe as you inhale, you can bring your mind back to that red light. Inhaling that energetic red light up through the feet and the legs into the root chakra. And exhaling it, letting it travel up the spine and out the crown of the head. Just continue breathing this way, letting the light expand within your root chakra, letting it expand beyond the root chakra, letting it be an aura surrounding you, running through you. Just stay here and focus on that breath, moving the breath energetically through the body. Maybe repeating your affirmation to you. I am supported. I am strong. I am safe. I am secure. I am here. I am at home in my body and on this earth. Maybe tap into that idea, as it says in the Bible, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. that when this body is no longer of use to us, it will return to the earth. So we are a part of the earth, and the earth is a part of us. One more full cycle of breath here, up and down the body. And then let's begin to find some gentle movement in fingertips and toes, wrists and ankles. And then draw one knee and then the other back in towards the chest for another little hug here before you roll to whatever side serves you best. Coming into fetal position. Coming into that very beginning, first year of life, where you begin to form and nurture your root chakra, knowing that you have the power to do that for yourself. Press yourself up to a nice tall seat. Maybe bringing your hands into the earth mudra, or maybe bringing the palms to thighs or knees for a more grounding experience. Coming into Sukhasana or Siddhasana, whatever feels best in your hips. Coming back to that idea of the power of your mind to change things for yourself. Might be interesting to just think for a moment about what it would be like to bite into a lemon. And notice how your body responds to that thought. Maybe your saliva glands even start to produce that saliva, that sensation of that tartness. And know that your mind is that powerful to affect change in your body. Let's go ahead and inhale the arms out wide and up alongside the ears, bringing the palms together and exhaling them down to the heart center. Lift the sternum to the thumbs and press the thumbs in towards the heart. And here we'll chant the seed mantra for the root chakra, which is LAM, L-A-M. And we'll chant it just like we would Om, really bringing that vibration. So even as we're tapping into the spiritual and mental power of the mantra, we are bringing that physical stimulation of the vibration to the vagal nerve, which will bring you all the way into your parasympathetic nervous system, where you can relax and restore and heal. So take an inhale to prepare 3 times. Long. 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 Thank you so much for practicing with me. May you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. Namaste.